Hello everyone, welcome to Eclipse. My name is Jessica. In this video, we'll be asking the cards all about your wedding, what your wedding will be like. So I have 4 stacks for you all today. Starting over here, we have a pineapple, Eiffel Tower, a bee, and lastly a frog. So choose whichever stack or stacks call out to you, and we'll get started. You can check the description box or the comment section for timestamps if you'd like to skip directly to the stack or stacks you've chosen. Starting with our first deck and the pineapple. Our first card is the Magician. Next we have the 3 of Shells, Playfulness and Bliss. And lastly we have Time for a Nap. So I'd say overall with these 3 cards including the charm, this is going to be a pretty calm, laid back wedding. I would say that there's going to be aspects of it being like a little dressy, but not too much, not to where people feel uncomfortable. And I would say that it's going to be a priority to make sure that people are quite comfortable. We see the pineapple here as the charm you chose, and the pineapple represents hospitality, welcoming people. So it seems like what you've come to, the conclusion you've come to, the desire that you have is to make sure that everybody really feels comfortable. So rather than it being like this incredible sort of grand wedding, it's going to be more of a gathering where all your family and friends will come together. When it comes to the theme of this wedding, we see a lot of stars here and almost like a lot of circles, a lot of things sort of going in roundabouts or things repeating, and it really leads me toward thinking that this is going to be a night wedding with more of a night-based theme. So if you're one to really like the moon and the stars, I would say that that's really going to be the central theme of your wedding. But I wouldn't say that it's going to be a dark wedding. I wouldn't say like it's all going to be black and just like moons and stars everywhere. It seems like there's a very common color scheme going on here, so it's definitely going to take place later in the day, like leading toward nighttime. So I'd say right when it starts to get dark, so like 6 to 8 p.m. is when the wedding seems to be starting. I would say that there's going to be a very neutral palette. There's not going to be a lot of bright colors, like no neons or hot pinks. I see a lot of gold here, so it seems like gold is going to be a major part of this wedding. A lot of decorations in gold, a lot of people wearing golden colors. I also see a lot of browns, beiges, and especially some very light blue. So this could also be that the area you're going to get married in would be one that is in those colors. So I'd say when it comes to area, it's probably going to be either in an outdoor area. It really does seem definitely outdoors, so that you can see the stars and the sky. I would say that it's going to be near water. It could be a beach wedding with this central card. It could be a outdoor, a wooded area wedding. But whatever it is, it seems like there's sand, there's nature, and there's the sky. Wherever there's a clearing where you can clearly see the sky and the stars, that's really what the major like theme, the central point to the wedding. Leaning into this first card with the Magician, I would say that this is really the representation of the overall environment, the way that people will interact with each other at your wedding. So if you're worried about the way people will sort of treat each other, or if there's going to be easy communication, I would say don't worry. This card here really says a lot. We also have the 3 of Shells here, which is a card of communication, showing that people are really able to talk to each other successfully. There's no misunderstandings, no hostile situations, there's no problems. But I would also say that this seems to be a wedding between people who are from 2 different like social areas. So this could be like 2 different religions or 2 different ways of practicing beliefs. This could be 2 different races. This could be like one person from one country, the other person from another country, and it's just coming together oddly. But don't worry, everything comes together incredibly well. Everybody's really completely able, between these 2 cards, everybody's able to communicate successfully and well. And I would say that this is really going to be overall a great wedding, where I think if anything with these 3 cards together, including the pineapple as the charm, it seems like this is really going to be where the 2 families really come together and unite. I would say that this really is going to be like the introduction to like a great life with each other. I really see this as a successful wedding. When it comes to the overall feel of the wedding, when it comes to anything that's going to happen or anything big, anything surprising, I would say that because it's more focused on family and making people feel comfortable, it's really going to be quite smooth and in a way sort of uneventful, other than like, of course, you getting married. Everybody of course is going to be happy and lively for that, but it seems like it's just a very calm day, a very open day where it's almost like it's a wedding but just a normal family gathering at the same time. It seems like everybody just really is able to come together and just celebrate such a wonderful occasion. So overall, I would say that it seems like it's just going to be a really calm wedding. I would say in between casual and sort of dressed up, not really like grand in scale. Definitely seems like a night wedding. I would say that it's going to be more nature based, somewhere where it's sort of sandy, but it could also just be like a wooded area. I would say not a lot of water, so it wouldn't like necessarily be like straight on the beach, but maybe near a beach, and just a very calm feel, calm color scheme, calm wedding. I would say that it's going to be quite neutral, but I would say it really does seem like gold really does stand out within this wedding. So that's what I'm seeing with this first deck and the pineapple. It really does seem like everybody's going to really enjoy the day. Like it's going to be a beautiful, calm day. Starting with our second stack and the Eiffel Tower. Our first card is the Six of Cups. Next we have the Magician, Willpower and Creation. And lastly we have All That Glitters. So we have this first stack with the Eiffel Tower. And the Eiffel Tower, to me, in this stack represents not just like something beauty-wise, you know. It represents something unique, something that only comes along once in a lifetime. And even though some people have tried to replicate it, it will never be exact. And on top of that, we also have what is like the embodiment of the city of love, right? The city, Paris, is supposed to be like the most romantic city on earth. So tying in both something that is both like equally beautiful and equally loving, I would say that that is the epitome of this wedding. This is not something that you want or need to be absolutely perfect. You're not going to be trying to like go down in history as having the greatest wedding ever. This is something that you want and have wanted, and I'm sure that right now like you have the image of your wedding in your head. But this is what you want people to have. You want people to remember this wedding as not just like a beautiful event, but as a place where they were really comfortable, where they had a lot of fun, and where they could really feel the love between you two. We have this first card here with the Six of Cups, and we see them offering a cup. We see the rabbit offering the cup to this other person. And it's really almost like a picture perfect scene, right? It seems like a really nice, lovely situation. And when we see this card, it really represents a sort of innocent love, a love that is based on just wanting the other person to be happy. And that is really the overall environment of this wedding. You just want everybody to be happy there. You want everybody to have what they want, have what they need, and just be comfortable. So even if there's like a dress code, which I would say that there probably is based on the other cards, even if there's a dress code, even if there's assigned seating, I would say that this wedding is going to be so open for people that nobody will even care about the dress code. Nobody will care about the assigned seating. It seems like everybody is really just going to be able to mingle with each other. And it seems like with this stack, there are probably going to be people that you didn't meet from your spouse's family and friends, and people that haven't met you yet on their side. And you're taking this opportunity to allow them to meet each other, but giving them a good place to meet each other. And it seems like there's going to be a lot of time where people can just mingle with each other and get to know each other. Because it seems more like this is just a wedding where you want people to come together. When it comes to the theme of this wedding, or the overall feel of this wedding, I would say that there is really purple gold and sort of some like light green standing out for me within these cards. I would lean heavily toward purple, but it's really interesting because we have these first two cards with the Six of Cups and the Magician here with a lot of flowers. And at first I thought, well, when I pulled this Six of Cups, maybe it's just like the flowers at a wedding, maybe like bouquets and vases with flowers all over. But it seems like this is really going to be an outdoor wedding, and a wedding where it might be at a botanical garden, but it might also just be in a field, like some place that you've always loved going to. Could be at a very nice park with a lot of flowers. Whatever it is, it seems like there's going to be a lot of flowers. And with that, I would say it's probably going to be like spring or summer when there's a lot of flowers. Seems like outdoor is the way to go. The only odd thing with this deck is I can't really see whether it's daytime or nighttime, because with both, well, with all of these cards, we see almost different times of day going on here. We don't really know what time of day it is in this first card. If we judge on the back, it almost looks like it's sunset. With this card in the center, it seems like it's the moon behind this bird, so that would be nighttime. But then once again, we see what would be daytime with this All That Glitters card. So it seems like this might be like an all-day wedding, maybe one that starts in the middle of the day and then goes into late night. But whatever it is, I would say that it heavily relies on the lighting to sort of bring out that environment and make everything really glow and glisten. Even though we have all that glitters here in this Eiffel Tower, which would be interpreted as more glamour, I would say that it's not going to be incredibly glamorous. We're not going to see anything that's like movie stars. It's more where there's subtle glitter, subtle like glamour here and there that really accents the entire thing. I would say that it's more going to be nature based, but also very, very pretty, very lovely. With this wedding, I would say that there's probably going to be a dress attire. If you watch the first stack, it said that somewhere between casual and dressy was the dress code. With this one, I would lean more toward dressy, but not in a really strict manner, because we do see with this card, they're sort of dressed up, but not in like a really fancy way. I would say that you're leaning toward people coming in what makes them comfortable, but also like a little dressier. We do see these masks over here that are brightly colored that sort of tie into that first card. And it leads me toward thinking that you have more of a dressy but fun thing going on here. Overall, with this stack, I would say because it seems to be more focused on just friendship and family, it's really going to be a very lovely wedding, a very lovely event, one that people will remember very fondly. So that's what I'm saying with this first deck. It's going to be quite beautiful, but not overdone, not too like dressy or fantastic, you know, in a tacky way. It's going to be quite beautiful. So that's what I'm seeing with the second stack and Eiffel Tower. Starting with the third stack and the B. Our first card is the Six of Pentacles. Next we have the World, Fulfillment and Celebration, and lastly, Message in a Bottle. So we have the B here, and that would lead me toward you wanting it to be about having a lot of people around you, a lot of people, whether or not they're like super close to you or just like people that you work with. You just want everybody to sort of be there. I would say that it seems like more of a happy, sort of lighter environment, one that's not quite serious. It doesn't really feel like a wedding. It feels more like a gathering, but it seems like just one that's very, very bright and happy. With all these cards together, I would really lean toward it being in the spring or summer, but outdoors, very bright. But it also could be where you have sort of a ceremony indoors and then lead outdoors. Seems like the celebration will really take place outside in the brightness. And because all these cards are very bright, it seems like more it will be in the morning or like midday while the sun is still out. Since we have so much going on in these cards, I think I'll just go through each one and then sort of include all of them together. With this first card here in the Six of Pentacles, this is showing a lot. This is showing that environment between the guests and you and your future spouse, just the overall feel. We have 3 people standing here around this table that's filled with just snacks and foods. And I would say that that's a sort of center of your wedding. I would say that you're trying to make people feel comfortable. You're trying also to get people to sort of group up. You want people to talk, you want people to mingle, you want people to get to know each other. So people that you might not even like slightly know, you want to know them. You want everybody talking, everybody sort of swarming around like bees. You want everybody to have just something to do. You don't want people sitting, you don't want people being bored. You want constant like excitement, constant movement. Nothing overboard though, nothing that's sort of annoying. You just want people to be able to move freely and talk to each other. So it's a very friendly environment, one where you focus more on making everybody feel sort of equal to each other and not like they're an outsider or a third wheel. You really want people to feel quite special. When it comes to the world fulfillment and celebration, it says right there, celebration. This is a huge day for you, a huge day for like your family and friends, and it's really just something you want to be fun. You want it to be a celebration. You don't care if people like really dress up well. You don't care if it's glamorous. You want it just to be a great happy day. We see this beautiful card here, right? The sun is shining, these plants are growing, this whale is like beautiful, everything's just so bright and fun and positive, and that really shows what kind of wedding this will be. This is just a positive wedding. I'd also say that this is the card that represents the theme of your wedding, and it seems like it's going to lead to this like really fun outdoors bright area where everybody can really gather, have fun, look at like the surroundings, and really be able to just feel the sun, like feel the brightness, feel the outdoors. It seems like this is going to be a lighter wedding, so you're not going to have people wearing like really stuffy garments or clothing. You want them to feel comfortable. You're not going to tell them like it's okay to come in like flip-flops and a tank top. Of course, there's going to be like a little more dressiness to the occasion, but more where you want people to feel really comfy. I see a lot of light colors, yellows, greens, blues, brightness, everything that really screams sort of spring and summer, the new life, the new world, the newness around everybody. The spring is such a happy season. So I would say that card really represents just the overall feel and sort of theme of the wedding. When message in a bottle comes along, we do see an ocean. We also see ocean in the second card, like a water environment. So this could lead toward a beach wedding, but this could also be near a pond or lake. But it also says message in a bottle. So I would say that this place doesn't seem like a place that you've ever seen before. And I would say when you're going through your wedding planning and you're trying to find a place, this place comes out of nowhere. This is a place that you've never heard of, never seen, never even acknowledged. But for some reason, it really speaks to you. And this is the place that's going to be very, very special to you. There's going to be a lot of nature. So think like almost a destination wedding, but not really far away from you. Maybe an area that is near you that you think is really beautiful, but you don't really think about a lot. Whatever that is, it seems like just a really lovely day. I would also say with these 3 cards, it seems like it's going to be a nice gathering. I would say that there's going to be like probably a lot of people on both sides that come together for this wedding, but it's not going to feel like there's a lot of people there. People won't feel really overwhelmed by the large group. It's really going to be quite a comfortable atmosphere, even though there's going to be more people. Overall with this stack, I would say that it's going to be just a really bright, fun, lively wedding. Just really one focus on just having a celebration, really focused on being together, being in the moment, living in the moment. I see people just really getting along with each other, really talking, everybody being able to mingle with each other. There's not really going to be anything that holds people back or separates people from each other. Everybody's really going to get along quite well. Well, that's what I'm seeing with this third stack and the bee. Starting with the last deck and the frog. Our first card is the 10 of Pentacles. Next we have the Empress, beauty and abundance. And lastly, loyal heart. So it seems to me right away, because we have this frog here and these other cards right after, it really seems like just a very small gathering. And it could be that you wanted a bigger wedding, or you tried for a bigger wedding, but it didn't really seem like it was right, or things just weren't leading up to it the way that you would hope for. So what ended up happening was it's just a small wedding. We see this frog here, and of course, like, the frog is more a representative of nature, not really like a lot of dazzle. It's just a very calm creature. But we also see with this little charm here, we see the little jewels on the back. So I would say, even though that this is going to be more of a calm, natural sort of gathering, small gathering, wedding, there's still something really quite beautiful about it. We see the Ten of Cards coming in here, or the Ten of Pentacles coming in. The Ten of Pentacles is representing a comfort, something where everybody feels at home. Everybody feels like they're just back where they're supposed to be. And that's the overall feel of this wedding. Everybody there is very comfortable. Nobody feels like they're out of place. Nobody feels like they came underdressed or overdressed. Everybody's really comfortable there. Everybody knows each other, or is going to finally be able to know somebody else. It seems like it's just an occasion that you two decided was going to be for family and friends, and the people that are really close to you, the people that really mean a lot to you. And even though it might not be like this incredible, eventful, like, huge wedding, it's a beautiful wedding, a beautiful day where everybody really is quite happy. And I would say, especially you and your spouse, it's going to end the way that you would hope for, and then that day will always be the day that you look back on and think, like, that was a perfect wedding for you to have. When the Empress comes in with beauty and abundance, I would say that this is a card that really ties in to this frog. We're seeing this really natural environment. We're not seeing anything like super spectacular, but there's something very pretty here. We see all the glowing lights in the background, nature, and the sensual figure just sitting there, beautiful, very lovely, it's very scenic. And to me, that's representing just everything that you'd hope for in this wedding becoming a reality. I would say that with this Ten of Pentacles, it seems almost like it's going to take place, the ceremony is going to take place indoors. So if you're the type that sort of wanted to get married in a church, or a small church, or a gazebo, or something that is just indoors, even a barn, it's something where you thought about it, you know, that indoor wedding that you thought about, leading outdoors into a really lovely area that's sort of decorated in a simple way, nothing really overboard, nothing that's like incredibly glitz and glam, but just really subtle little things, like really pretty flowers, really pretty decorations, lighting that's really lovely, everything that's just playing in off of people's comfort. So it's not like glaring bright lights that are going to blind people. The music won't be incredibly loud to where people can't hear each other. The flowers aren't brightly colored and too high for people to see each other. Everything was really designed to make people feel almost like they're at home on a couch, or just relaxing, like laying out in the sun. Everything is just really made to feel comfortable. But this card here is what leads me to believe that this is like a very romantic wedding. Royal heart coming in here with these two figures on top of this half heart-shaped orb, or whatever it is. We see little hearts flying everywhere. We see the keys at the top, and this banner going by with the little flags on it. And even though it's a simple card, it's representing such a strong, pure love. And we see the loyal heart here. So something where everybody can see how much you two care about each other. Even though it won't be this really huge wedding, it's going to be so beautiful and loving that it's really going to impact everyone. Everybody's going to really see this relationship for what you two see it as. So even if you've been going around saying, like, I really care about this person's special, and everybody's like, yeah, this is really going to show everybody just how much you care about each other. Overall, this stack is really quite representing of love. Like, it really is something that's so much more focused on the relationship than just having a wedding. It's not about like being somebody great. It's not about having this picture perfect wedding. It's not even like about the dress or the suits or the clothes. It's not about any of those things. It's about really showing that you two are made for each other and meant for each other. And that's why when it comes down to it, you'll decide to have those really important people there. And you might have wanted like a bigger gathering, but it didn't happen. Whatever it is, this seems like something that is really perfect for you two. Everybody's really going to feel comfortable, invited. I would say that it's going to be quite an open space where there's nothing that's really separating each other, nothing that really makes anybody feel like they're not a part of the wedding or a part of the ceremony. I would say more with this stack than any of the others. It does seem like it'll probably have an indoors aspect and then an outdoor setting for the ceremony, and then the gathering that takes place after. I want to say it's really going to be like a super big party. It seems like it's just something that's very calm and just more of a gathering where people can talk. So that's what I'm seeing with this last stack and the frog. A very quaint but quite beautiful wedding. And those are all the stacks that I have for you all today. I really hope that you were able to find a stack that resonated with you or provided you with answers. If you weren't able to find a stack, I really hope that maybe you'll be able to find one that is like in a video alongside this video that will really help you find the answers you're looking for. I hope that all of you are doing well and staying safe and healthy. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If there are any questions you would like asked in a future pick a card video, feel free to leave them in the comment section. If I don't respond to your comment by liking it and hearting it immediately, just know that it hasn't loaded yet. I've been getting quite a bit of spam comments, so it just takes a while to go through them. So please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye.